All right, before I get started with the 5 biggest busts of week 2, I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge my glorious king, Bench Boomer Brand. He's the creator of Bust Anonymous, and I will never try to be better than him. I just came up with the idea to expand these meetings because his list is completely different than mine. So kudos to you, Brown, in the series. Let's get right to it. First things first, Derrick Henry. You came off of a brilliant performance against Buffalo, but when you come home against a division rival, the Cleveland Browns, you turn 11 carries into a big pile of garbage. Now hold on to this while you can. And because of that horrendous outing, you are the Bust of the Week! Next up, we have Marvin Harrison Jr. Care to explain yourself? Look, man, Kyler is way too short and stout to even see my tall-ass frame so he can give me the ball. Well, maybe if you got more open on your routes, you could have gotten more out of the win instead of just 4.7 points for your fantasy owners to live with. Speaking of disappointing wide receivers, this week we have Courtland Sutton. The Broncos did all of that against the Colts, yet still lost because that's all you had to do for them? You're really supposed to be Bo Nix's top guy, yet you give your owners that kind of garbage? Look, man, it's not helping that Troy Franklin, J.K. Dobbins, and R.J. Harvey are all stealing the show on offense. I really don't want to hear it, man. This one really comes as a surprise to me. Jalen Hurts. What'd you think? Because it was the Super Bowl rematch, it means that you could steal the show in front of everybody as the MVP? Even though as a third-round fantasy quarterback, this amount of points is considered a bust for you. I guess this is just karma for trying to be a running back at QB. Running the ball is what we have Saquon for. Let him run the ball and you throw it to your receivers. That's how the NFL works, my man. And lastly, we have Justin Fields. Hey, why am I here? I got hurt. You were projected over 20 plus points. And your concussion came later in the game where you could have had much more production earlier. But instead, you looked way worse than what you did against the Steelers. So eat this and think about that for a while. Dishonorable mentions for this week, and once again, there are a lot. Go to Josh Allen, Cam Ward, Michael Penix, Joe Burrow, J.J. McCarthy, Ashton Jeanty, Amarion Hampton, Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, Breece Hall, Tyrone Tracy, Aaron Jones, Isaiah Pacheco, Chase Brown, Tony Pollard, Drake London, Travis Hunter, Matthew Golden, Ladd McConkey, Keon Coleman, A.J. Brown, and Brian Thomas Jr. And surprisingly, Kyle Pitts is not fired as my executive counsel, so he'll lead out Evan Engram, Mark Andrews, T.J. Hockenson, and Sam Laporta, where Engram and Andrews will be led to maximum security prison, and Hockenson and Laporta will get their first dose of the tortilla. Alright, see y'all later.